do anything. Just please take me away from here.
They won't hurt you now. I'll go.
Jesus.
Not very. Look here.
Bring Esther back to me.
I'll bring you Esther, but there's no.
I thought we had an agreement.
We'll leave.
God be with you. What have you done? Did you kill him?
Me? What do you mean?
You...
What?
He'll...
I didn't want to kill him. I just couldn't stop. You don't have to, and...
Well, I never. The pig turns up willingly for the slaughter.
Slaughter you!
Raise the alarm!
I'll squash it. Kunda.
What do you want here? I don't know you.
I'm here at the command of the royal hetman, Sir Radzig Kobyla.
Radzig Kobyla, the king's hetman. I see.
I'm here to place you under arrest.
I gathered as much. And you came alone. Ha! Very daring of you, I must say. What are you doing in here, youngster? Are you new here? Go outside. They'll tell you there what to do.
I am new around here, but I don't need to be told what to do. I've got a very clear idea about that.
What are you talking?
I'm here under orders from Sir Radzig Kobyla.
I see. And I am Sir Jezek, Baron of Ronau. But I can't imagine what you would want with me. You must be in the wrong place.
I don't think so. I'm on the trail of a gang of counterfeiters. You're quite clearly in charge here, so I'd like to have a word or two with you, sir.
Of course, I'll be glad to. What is it?
Not here, sir. I'd like to ask you to accompany me to Ratai.
You mean to arrest me? Dear boy, why, you're all alone.
I'll manage. Sometimes even a king can be deposed without an army.
So, I'm a king now, and you want to dethrone me? By the way, who betrayed me?
Nobody, as it happens.
So how did you find this place?
The same way you did.
What do you mean?
I just thought about what would be the best place to hide a counterfeiting workshop in.
But I hope you don't imagine I'm just going to follow meekly after you like a lamb to the slaughter. dungeon.
Really? You can't go to Moravia. The Margrave himself is after you there. And in Bohemia, the kings may change, but the coin remains, my friend.
What do you mean?
Whoever gets to be... But when the kingdom's back in order, and it'll be time to shut this little operation down, they'll be only too happy to let you take the blame. Counterfeiting money gets no clemency.
It doesn't matter. Kobila will string me up from the highest tree in any case.
Maybe. But you're very shrewd and very persuasive. And you might know a few things that are worth more than your life. It's up to you. Either you give yourself up and try to make...
It's true they say he's a canny man.
If you cooperate, you stand a chance.
Oh, very well then. May as well climb straight into the maw of the beast.
So let's go. Master Fafar will be itching to ask you a few questions.
Good work, Henry.
Thank you, Master Fafar. It wasn't easy, I can tell you.
I'll take some men and have a good look around there.
And what should I do?
You should get some rest and go to Rattay. In the meantime, Sir Radzig will have this wretch questioned. Maybe he'll get something useful out of him.
All right. I'll see you in Rattay then.
Jesus! Hey! Henry's come to see us.
Be a bit more.
How are you, Henry?
Hey, look out! Doesn't even know how to.
Good day, Henry.
Henry, I'm glad you came.
God bless you. What troubles you?
I've got good news, sir. The source of the problem was inside the monastery. There was nothing more to it.
And the construct...
With him out of the way, the work will run smoothly again.
That's good. You've accomplished your task admirably, Henry, and I should reward you for it.
Thank you, Sir Divish.
Jesus! What?
The Lord save you. What do you need?
How did you enjoy the race, my lady?
If you only knew how worried I was about you.
But there was no need. I know how to take care of myself.
And of others as well, I'm sure. Promise me that you'll no longer race. It would be such a pity.
What are you doing here?
What are you on about? I just found it here.
You're carrying the murder weapon.
You won't prove it's the murder weapon, but I'll prove...
I could drag you off to... You were butchering the carcass.
What of it?
I know what happened.
Oh, really? Hey! Lord almighty! Help! Here!
A shame I can't swim.
Ah! Why are you waking me? Go away.
Show me what you've got concealed.
My God, what happened to you?
I've got that game meat for you.
Excellent.
Thanks, Henry. We'll get lots of supplies for this. I've got another order for you. The butcher was boasting in the tavern how he makes the best boar meat and the wild mushroom sauce, and the locals want him to prove it.
So I'm to bag a wild boar?
Yes. And while you're in the woods, you could pick a few mushrooms, too.
Next thing, they'll want me to cook it, too.
Stop for a bit. I'll just give you a quick search.
God save you.
Thanks, Henry. I've got another job for you. The innkeeper had
venison.
Naturally.
Have pity on me, a poor wretch. Sickest.
There's the man. Good work, Henry.
Thank you, sir.
I tell you to take a well-earned rest, but unfortunately I need one more thing from you.
Whatever you command.
Jezek refuses to talk to us. The stubborn bastard's asking to see you.
Me?
Indeed. Normally I'd send for Captain Burner to beat it out of him, but then I told myself that if he's so keen to speak to you...
I'll try to get something out of him. Where is he?
He's locked up in the tower. Bernard will give you the key.
Very well, sir.
Welcome, Henry. God save you.
I'd like to train, but I want real combat with real weapons.
A bit cocky, ain't you? But all right. I like a man with a bit of piss and vinegar in him. I'll never learn as much with a wooden sword as with a real weapon. The old master swordsman says a true apprentice of the martial art should be wounded at least once. Some say he should even try what it's like to die. But that's blasphemy. Let's fight then. Have no fear, I won't kill you. But you might get hurt, and if you do, I won't bandage you. You'll have to deal with the consequences yourself. What weapon will you try?
I'd like to train with a short sword. Just on its own.
Right, lad. I'm going. Yeah! Take that! Henry. Good health, dude.
I'd like
a bit. Ready? Yeah! You asked for it. God be with you.
I'd like to improve.
Certainly.
I want to achieve.
All right. Now.
I've trained a bit with a sword, and I think I've got...
You're a bit cocky, ain't you?
I'm ready.
Stand there, take your weapon, and fight. If you look like you know what you're doing, I'll teach you a trick or two. Enough. Now, pay close attention. I'll teach you the most important thing. It's good to be able to attack. It's good to be able to fend off your opponent's blows. But the best is when you're able to do both at once. Master stroke is when you parry your opponent's blow and strike him at the same time. Try it. I'll attack slowly. You parry. Very good. Well done. Well done.
I'd like to try...
A bit.
I'd like... I'd just...
What's up? Shit yourself? Don't say Jenny. You asked for it. God be with you.
I'd like to try... I need the key to Jezek.
So Radzig let him have his way in the end. He should have let me beat some answers out of him.
Don't take it that way. He probably wants to talk to me because he reckons he can hoodwink me. But that's where he's wrong.
Just try not to mess it up. Here's that key.
Thanks. Why?
Such are my orders.
I'm here on important business, and you're going to hold me up with some bloody inspection.
Right then. I won't search you this time. Carry on. Well, finally, I've had quite a wait.
Why do you want to talk to me, of all people?
Radzig will keep me alive only as long as it takes to get everything I know out of me. You, on the other hand, gave me certain assurances. So I want to be sure that the secrets my life depends on end up in good hands.
So come on, out with it. Tell me everything you know and then we'll see.
Very well, ask me anything you want. I won't be obstructive.
What I want to know most of all is who's behind it. Who were you making those forgeries for?
Do you think I couldn't have handled it all myself?
I'm not trying to insult you. It's just not a job one man could do alone.
All right, the way it began was I was short of coin, as usual. So I let those crimps in Sasau recruit me.
Recruit you into what?
I didn't inquire too much. In this business, you don't ask too many questions. But when they found out I wasn't just anybody, they put me in charge of the counterfeiting. A foreigner by the name of Eric gave me instructions. But for sure, he isn't the chief. And there's someone highly placed at the monastery who's mixed up in it too. But I don't know who.
How did you come to hear of all this business?
I met some old friends in Colleen a few months ago. And they said they were heading for Sasau, that armed men were being recruited, and they'll hire anyone.
Old friends? Who were they?
Just a couple of brigands. We used to ambush the Margrave's messengers in Moravia together.
Nice friends you keep.
I was in dispute with the Margrave. A man in my position finds himself mixed up with all sorts.
And then what?
Rapota and I had been living off stale crusts for a month, so I wasn't going to turn down the chance of work, honest or otherwise. We rode to Sasau and met with the recruiters. It didn't take long to realize I was a nobleman fallen on hard times, not some common peasant.
Can you get to the point?
Well, they introduced me to this Eric, and he told me what was needed. They set up the workshop, got the men, the supplies, everything.
Crimps? You're telling me this Eric is recruiting armed men in Sasau?
Well, it seems so. I was giving the recruiters some of the coins to do it. The fake ones, of course.
Where can I find the recruiting gang?
That's tricky. It was my friends who led me to them. We met with them in the woods next to Sasau. It's about who you know, as always.
You said you gave them money. Where was that?
They'd ride to the mine gallery to see me. I don't suppose you'd find them there now.
If you say so.
The one in charge?
He puts on airs, but he's just a naive young pup. And he's always going on about his lord, though he never mentioned him by name.
Where can I find this Eric? You must have had some meeting place.
He used to come to the workshop unannounced. And after what's happened, I doubt he'll be showing his face there again.
This highly placed person at the monastery, what can you tell me about him?
I've no idea who he is, only that he's no small fry. After all, he handles the exchange of the forgeries in Passau.
I see. Is there anything else at all you can tell me about him?
No, he was supposed to supply me with materials too, but he backed out. Eric said he probably got cold feet.
That'll do me for the moment.
Will you put in a word for me with Sir Radzig? I'll swear allegiance to him if he'll have me. I'm sick of being a renegade.
I can try, but I can't promise you anything.
Are you serious? Are you serious?
Hey! Be a bit more...
So, should we go?
I suppose. Right away. I put some of my old clothes in a trunk for you. I don't want you making me look bad in front of Hanush. And I see I did the right thing. Jesus, Henry, if you're going to be my companion, you have to look the part.
Thanks, sir, but I'd rather go as I am.
You'd rather disgrace me? Well, I'm in no mood to argue with you. Come on then.
Well, my ward and his, what shall we say, chaperone.
Uncle.
My lord?
I hope we haven't dragged you away from anything too important.
Not at all, Uncle. We
like
were just...
boozing and whoring, for instance.
Uncle, I can...
Perhaps you were busy, causing mayhem in the middle of the night and beating up my subjects.
No, it wasn't... Henry and I were just...
Henry's as big a fool as you are. But he's not my ward, thank Christ. What the hell do the pair of you think you're doing? There are people in this fiefdom who work from dawn to dusk to put food on their tables, and on yours, may I remind you. And then they look at you, Hans, their lord and master, and see a drunken layabout. That fellow you beat up last night was a guard, a new guard on the town watch. And he couldn't report for duty this morning because of his injuries. I had the bailiff here complaining, and could I tell him what I really think about this whole sorry affair? Of course not. That would demean me. And you too. So I had to sit gaping like a stuffed owl and listen to his grievances. Maybe you think because you're the lord here you can get away with anything. But you're sadly mistaken, you blockhead. A lord remains a lord only as long as he commands the loyalty of his subjects. And I'm sure I don't have to tell you the folk here are not exactly enchanted at the prospect of having you in charge. That was the last straw, Capon. One more of your escapades and I'll send you to your mother in Polnar. For all I care, she can dress you up like a wench and marry you off to some Hungarian.
Uncle, that arson Archibald tried to murder me. What was I to do?
Oh, don't exaggerate. Well, I'm hardly surprised after you molested his girl and humiliated him.
I was only...
Oh, don't whine, for heaven's sake. It's about time you started taking some responsibility. I have a job for you. Maybe that will keep you out of mischief. Sir Milota of Oleshna has turned up here. Do you know him?
Isn't he Sir Bernard's cousin?
He is. He came here with a remnant of his retinue to seek refuge. He's seriously wounded.
What happened to him, sir?
His fortress Oleshna was attacked by one Wulfrin of Camburg. Milota pursued him almost as far as Neuhof and engaged with him. Unfortunately, the skirmish didn't end well for Milota.
Wulfrin of Camburg? That name is familiar.
He's kin to the Oleshna lords, too. A cousin of Bernard's and Milota's. Their family affairs are a little complicated. None of my business, of course. I just wish they'd found somewhere else to thrash out their differences.
What do you want us to do, sir?
Go and see Bernard in the courtyard. He got a report that Wulfrin pillaged some other farms around Neuhof, and he's putting a squad together to ride against him. Mind your step, though. It's a family affair, after all. Maybe more to it than meets the eye. The important thing is to get that damn scavenger out of the domain. If possible, without bloodshed. I can't afford to lose any men over this business. Have I made myself clear?
Yes, sir. Very well, Uncle.
Get to work, then.
Hey! Greetings.
So, what do you think about this?
Old Hanush is right about one thing. It's time to stop chasing wenches and start chasing bandits. It'll be a bit of excitement for a change.
I agree. I was worried you'd be upset after Sir Hanish's speech.
Why would I? I finally have a chance to show Uncle what I can do. I can't wait. We'll ride there, hack those bastards to pieces, and celebrate with a good drink in the evening.
But Sir Hanish said we should get them out of the fiefdom without bloodshed if we can.
And how else do you suppose we can do that?
With diplomacy?
You can't parley with criminals. That would just damage Uncle's reputation. Every lowlife would think he could rob him without fear of reprisal. Enough talk. Let's mount up.
Bandits are easier to defeat, aren't they?
When you face them, those sweet fuckers are always hiding somewhere in the woods like animals. With the nobles, you know where you are. They have rules.
I never knew Bernard had kin.
He didn't fall out of the sky, did he? Everyone's got kin.
Aye, but that he's from a noble family. They've got a fortress and all.
Welcome,
They've
Henry.
got plenty, all right. Sir Bernard's father has charged us on estates near Poland.
Sir Hanish sent me, Captain. I'm to join your mission. And Sir Hans, too.
Then mount up, youngster, and we'll move out. Lord Capon, when we get there, I'd like you to hold back.
You can forget about that, Bernard. I'm not going on an outing. Hanush sent you to handle this matter, and handle it I will. I know what you meant. Forget it.
Very well, Your Grace.
Listen, Bernard, about this robber. I heard some rumours.
About his being a relative of mine, the Melodas?
Something like that.
We have the same great-grandfather, Urban, Baron of Oleshna. Wolfen belongs to a distant branch of the family, which... let's just say they bring no honor to our name.
But I heard Wolfen of Camberg was hanged somewhere in Silesia after plundering the bishop's estate.
I heard the same. Well, you've heard what they say about the Camberg branch of my family.
That they're cursed. Now, Bernard, don't you think I'm a little old for fairy tales?
Think what you like. But I heard it from my grandfather, and he never paid attention to old wives' tales.
I meant no offence, Captain. Well, tell me all about it then. After all, there's no smoke without fire, and I never heard about the Camberg man from a member of the family.
Very well. At home, we always spoke in whispers about our Camberg relatives. When Wolfen's father, Wilhelm, came to visit, I'm almost ashamed to say it.
You can rely on my discretion, Captain. Carry on.
Well, the servants were so afraid of him that they went and hid in the barn. Father had them whipped. Even then, they wouldn't go near Wilhelm. They were afraid he cursed them. I couldn't blame them.
Why's that?
Uncle Wilhelm's face was so badly disfigured, folk would cross themselves when they saw him. I was afraid of him myself as a boy.
Was he wounded in war?
No, he was born that way. She, his mother, Countess Barbara of Hogwitz, didn't want to marry Wilhelm's father, my grandfather's brother. She never wanted to bear his children. So, she fell pregnant. They say she went to a witch to get rid of the child. And she ended up having quintuplets. Can you imagine it? 5 babes born in one night?
Jesus Christ!
And that's not all. 4 of them didn't live till dawn. Only the 5th survived. He was disfigured.